Howdy folks, welcome to Brain Rotters. I'll be taking you through What If Episode 9. We are here at the finale. I'll be taking you through all of the Easter eggs that you missed in this week's episode. As well, I will be talking about that Winter Soldier post-credit scene that we got and how Steve Rogers in there is the Winter Soldier in Captain Carter's universe. Now, stay with me on this one. It's pretty important. First things first, we get the opening boat scene to Winter Soldier, Nat even donning her straight red hair from 2014 and Captain Carter wearing the stealth suit. The scene even brings us in with the Captain America main theme song. Even the conversation between Nat and Carter are the same, with Nat trying to hook Steve up with somebody, or in this case now Captain Carter. When Nat asks what if his name was Steve instead of Bernard, of course she is referencing Steve Rogers. Batroc and Peggy have a similar interaction that Steve had with Batroc when they both put down their weapons to fight fists only, mano a mano. Ego enacted his plan and successfully got Peter's life force, draining him like a battery, starting that whole blue bulge thing from Guardians 2 at the Dairy Queen from Guardians 2. In this universe, we get to see Etry actually melt the Thanos gauntlet. You can see that his hands are still intact, so the Infinity Gauntlet must have been crafted, and then Thanos immediately killed before he could take Etry's hands and stone them. So this interaction between the Iron Man from Sakaar and Thanos Gamora is from the deleted episode that was pushed because of production being halted on COVID last year. They didn't have enough time to finish episode 9, which was supposed to be the Iron Man and Gamora episode on Sakaar. But, don't worry, the full episode will premiere in season 2. It seems the Watcher spoils the episode, though, that Gamora was a survivor on Sakaar this time around, likely being the Grandmaster's champion, and Destroyer of Thanos is what he calls Gamora in this, meaning in this universe she likely kills Thanos and takes everything he has. Tony references the suit of armor around the world that he dreams of, and, of course, we know how Ultron plays out. The pub that the heroes are in is the one from episode 1. Doctor Strange providing Thor with a beer is something that we saw in Ragnarok, so it's a fun nod to have in this too. Doctor Strange gets to work showing the Guardians of the Multiverse the Infinity Stones and explaining how they work, similar to the scene in Infinity War where Wong and Strange do the same for Bruce and Tony. With a plan that the Guardians of the Multiverse have with getting the stones to Gamora and unleashing the Infinity Crusher on it is similar to the Guardians' plan to destroy the Power Stone with Ronan and the Hadron Enforcer back in Guardians 1. Thor calls Ultron a party pooper. You'll remember that's what he calls Captain Marvel in his episode. With Doctor Strange helping Thor with multiplying his hammers, you'll note that Doctor Strange used a similar spell to multiply himself as many times as he could to put as many whips on Thanos as he could. So a nice callback there. Hey, you made this far, you might as well subscribe if you're new, as well as hitting that bell for notifications so you don't miss another video just like this one. Sticky Fingers is the strategy name dropped by T'Challa. You'll remember that he used that same strategy on the Collector in his episode 2 with Yondu. You can see that the zombies that land the first blows on Ultron are Cap and Falcon, notably, whom you will remember died in their episodes, so Doctor Strange pulled them from a time in the zombies universe where they didn't die yet. Ultron gets his arm blown off, like every MCU Phase 2 movie villain or movie character had someone get their arm ripped off, cut off, blown off, you name it. Ultron being a Phase 2 villain, that arm was coming off sooner or later. Ultron says those magic words, "Wait, what?" Just like the Watcher said, "Wait, what?" at the end of episode 7 when Ultron made his debut in the show. Nat does her famous takedown that she's been known for since Iron Man 2. She does it on Ultron in this episode. We actually get the Stone's perspective on the battle, similar to when we got the Groot perspective opening scene from Guardians 2, all from his perspective, the battle happening in the background. Captain Carter uses her shield to break her fall, just like Cap did in Winter Soldier. Ultron and Zola have a similar fight against Control like Jarvis and Ultron did at the beginning of Age of Ultron. Now that Zola has control of Vision's body, he appears in a similar form to Zola as MODOK in the comics and was teased in the first Cap movie. However, Vision does have the white eyes that he has when his body dies, so it is concurrent with that. Doctor Strange's main theme song begins to play when he starts to encapsulate Vision and Killmonger. The world that lost their widow is the one from episode episode 3 with the murder mystery, this Loki has his eyes melt into black. You'll recall that this is what happens when someone uses the Mind Stone to mind control someone like Hawkeye. So with the Watcher noting that the multiverse is something he will protect to the end, expect him to show up in the Multiverse of Madness. If not Spider-Man No Way Home in the live-action debut of some kind, considering that No Way Home is a multiverse film too, I cannot help but think that this ending to the What If episode 9 is a tease for that live-action debut some points. I'll be the first to say that the post-credit scene was more than a little disappointing, a little underwhelming, and not at all what I was expecting. But with the Hydra Stomper holding Steve Rogers in it, how it kept him alive, I have no idea. But I do think that Hydra themselves used Steve in a Bucky Barnes sort of scenario after the events of the end of the Captain Carter's episode, and somehow, being that this is S.H.I.E.L.D.'s ship that the pirates took over, S.H.I.E.L.D. got the Stomper back. So it might be saved until season 2, but expect a big reveal that Steve turns out to be the homicidal Winter Soldier instead of Bucky Barnes in this universe. Especially considering that, the entire Captain Carter storyline, her arc in this episode, does take place in the Winter Soldier film, so it kind of lines up. Thank you all so much for watching. What did you think of What If episode 9? What did you think of the series altogether? What did you miss in this episode? What did I miss? So many questions to answer, so I'll see you in the comments down below. Thanks again. Take care, everyone.